How do you make it through a long-haul economy flight without losing your sanity or your knees? That's the holy question every passenger wonders at some point in hour 6, wedged between strangers, with a sore back and your stuff stored up in the overhead compartment. Here's the secret. Making it through a marathon flight in economy has nothing to do with luck or with cash. It has everything to do with knowing the same insider tricks that pros have been using for decades. And today, I'm sharing 11 must-know tips that can turn economy class into a tolerable nightmare. Heck, even a comfortable experience. Stick around, because I'll also uncover the $3 item that could literally save your trip and the critical mistake 90% of travelers make before they even take off. Let's dive in. Tip number 1. Your personal item is your lifeline. Pack it like it matters. This is where everyone struggles before the wheels even take off. They stuff all of their must-haves into a carry-on, jam it in the overhead compartment, and then get to spend the subsequent 12 hours attempting to excavate a phone charger like they're engaging in high-altitude twister. Here's how to fix it. Your personal item, the thing that fits under the seat in front of you, is your survival kit. Consider it your in-flight command center. Keep it stocked with the basics: a phone charger and spare battery, lip balm, face wipes, a toothbrush, and travel-sized toothpaste, healthy snacks, your own headphones, a neck pillow, and yes, a spare pair of socks. Pack with a soft-sided carry-on with multiple pockets, so you can reach for what you need without having to do downward-facing dog on the plane. Quick test. Attempt to slide it under your dining room chair at home. If it protrudes or must be jammed, it won't fit easily in row 32B. Tip number 2. The wisest seat does not always cost the most. Seat choice is not about legroom, it's survival tactics. Desiring peace and quiet? Take the window seat. Now, let's discuss seating tactics. If you desire to lean, sleep, and not have to climb over strangers, the window seat is your ally. Yet if flexibility is important, being able to stretch, stand, or make a trip to the restroom without concessions, then the aisle seat is the winner. Need more room? Leave rows and bulkheads usually provide more legroom, but there's a trade-off. Some don't recline, and some are magnets for, you guessed it, sobbing babies. Here's a power trick few travelers realize. If you and your partner are traveling together, reserve the window and aisle in a 3-seat row. Middle seats are the least desirable, so odds are it remains unfilled. And if someone actually finds themselves there, 9 times out of 10, they will be happy to switch so you and your travel partner can sit together. Before you book your seat, verify your aircraft configuration at SeatGuru. Certain seats are lovely in theory, but are plagued with misaligned windows, cumbersome entertainment consoles, or incessant rumble from the galley. Believe me, you don't want to find out at boarding. Tip number 3. Dress professionally, not like an influencer. This isn't the time to show off in designer jeans or sport a belt that doubles as medieval torture. Survival of the long haul begins with comfort. Opt for breathable layers, loose pants, and socks you can wear for 12 hours straight. Temperatures in the cabins fluctuate between meat locker and microwave, so dress in layers that are easy to adjust. And the ace up the sleeve? A large pashmina or scarf. It's not just a fashion item, it's a blanket, a pillow, an eye mask, or even a neck warmer. Pros aren't concerned with being cute at 30,000 feet. They want to feel human when they get there. Tip number 4. Hydration equals survival. Did you know you lose more water on a long flight than you would from a day at the beach? That bone-dry cabin air literally sucks moisture right out of your body. Headaches, fatigue, cracked skin that's no bad luck. That's dehydration. Here's how to conquer it. Carry an empty, refillable water bottle through the security checkpoint and fill it at the airport fountain. Request refills from flight attendants in flight. Program a reminder to drink every 30 minutes. And here's the tough love. Skip the booze and watch caffeine in moderation. Yeah, that glass of wine on cruising altitude feels high class, but it'll pay you back with jet lag and fuzz brain later. Tip number 5. Sleep equipment is not optional. It's necessary. Consider this. You wouldn't attempt to sleep on a steel bench in your home, so why try at 35,000 feet with only a thin airline pillow? To wake up feeling human, spend the money on actual sleep equipment. A neck pillow that actually cradles your head, a light blanket or that familiar scarf, an eye mask that eliminates all light, noise-canceling headphones or earplugs that work. The aim isn't to sleep like a baby, it's just to endure the flight without waking up, feeling as if you were hit by your own luggage. And here's a tip. Always buckle your seatbelt over your blanket. Flight attendants will notice that it's buckled and won't disturb you when they check for it during turbulence. Tiny thing, massive difference. Tip number 6. Muffle the noise. Preserve your sanity. Engines humming, babies crying, that guy snoring 3 rows in front of you, and gag anyone that passenger blasting a movie on their phone out loud. If you don't have a sound strategy, you're out of luck. The solution? Noise-canceling headsets or good earplugs. Even cheap ones can turn turmoil into tranquility. Some regular travelers even load up on white noise or calming playlists just to have their own little bubble of serenity. Saving your sound world may be the one genius move you make for your mental well-being on a transcontinental flight. Tip number 7. Compression socks aren't for grandma. Here's the thing. Long flights interfere with circulation. We're talking puffy ankles, tingly feet, and in extreme cases, even blood clots. Compression socks fix all that. They provide gentle pressure, keep blood flowing, decrease swelling, and make a huge difference when you finally touch down. Forget the stereotypes. They're not bulky, not uncomfortable, and they could literally prevent a medical emergency. One traveler told me their ankles swelled so badly after a 13-hour flight, they couldn't fit into their shoes for 2 days. Don't let that be you. Tip number 8. Skip the airline food if you're smart. Let's be real. Airplane food is edible at most. They're full of sodium, served on the airline's clock, not yours, and more often than not, leave you feeling bloated, sluggish, or both. The smarter option? Bring your own snacks. Consider trail mix, unsalted protein bars, fruit leather, plain sandwiches, crackers, or rice cakes. Steer clear of anything greasy, pungent, or too salty. You're going for fuel, not buyer's remorse. And always bring more than you think you'll consume. One of our viewers once spent $9 on a single granola bar in flight. Don't be that dude. Tip number 9. Move like your health depends on it, because it does. Hours of sitting aren't just painful, it can be hazardous. Inactivity causes stiffness, poor circulation, and in extreme cases, blood clots. The fix? Move. Walk up and down the aisle every hour or 2. You don't require an entire yoga class in the aisle to be healthy. Stretch by the bathrooms or perform light exercises in your seat. Roll your shoulders, flex your ankles, attempt seated calf raises. Afraid of looking strange? Here's the truth. The people who won't move are the ones hobbling off the plane at baggage claim. Intelligent travelers are more concerned with circulation than opinion. Tip number 10. Sleep like a strategy, not a victim. Sleep on an airplane isn't about comfort. It's about arriving functional, not fried. Here's how to get it right. Buckle your seatbelt on top of your blanket so that flight attendants won't disturb you. Recline just enough to prevent neck strain. Place your tray table down. If you wish to broadcast, do not disturb. Use your own eye mask and earplugs to shut out the madness. Steer clear of screens at least an hour before you attempt to sleep. Bonus hack. As soon as you get on, set your watch to the time of your destination and plan your routine accordingly. It fools your body clock into adjusting halfway through the flight, and jet lag becomes so much easier to deal with. Tip number 11. Sanitize like a germ detective. It's not glamorous, but it's crucial. Planes are filthy tray tables, seatbelts, touchscreens, armrests. They rarely get cleaned properly between flights. The answer? Pack disinfectant wipes and apply them the instant you sit down. Clean everything you touch and use hand sanitizer before each snack or meal. One couple skipped this on their honeymoon flight and spent their whole holiday in bed with a bug. Don't let one error wreck your holiday. So, there you have it, the definitive guide to surviving long-haul flights in economy. You now have the insider tips to make a cramped cabin almost comfortable. But now, I want to hear from you. What's your favorite survival trick for long flights? Or better yet, what's the worst thing that's ever happened to you on an airplane? Share it in the comments. I read them all. If these tips were helpful, give this video a like to help additional travelers discover this information. And be sure to subscribe for more no-holds-barred tips on flying smarter, saving cash, and staying ahead of the travel curve. And before your next trip, don't forget to check out my video on the latest TSA rule updates that can get you flagged at security. You know it's true you need to be aware of this before you pack your next carry-on. Safe travels until next time. And remember, in travel, Knowledge isn't just power, it's comfort.